After leaving the Logan Pass Visitor Center, we continued east on the Going to the Sun Road toward the St. Mary entrance on the eastern side of the park. We had been on this part of the road before. The last time was in 2013 with our friends Ed and Michael.
Lunch Creek. There's parking. I do want to stop at that one place down here where the
Glacier.
creek. Well, maybe that too. You know where the creek runs, like the little flume under the bridge, under the road.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the trail, it said bear activity. We need to go down the trail. I just want to get some film of that where the creek goes to the little flume.
The drive east from Logan Pass is not as scenic as the western side of the pass, as the road descends quickly down to St. Mary Lake. There are only two major scenic stops along this section of the road: the Jackson Glacier Overlook and the Sunrift Gorge. Visitors can also take a tour of St. Mary Lake on an old wooden tour boat from the docks at Rising Sun. We did that in 2013 and it was great, but this time we had our dogs, so we could not do it. Jackson Glacier is approximately the 7th largest of the remaining 25 glaciers in Glacier National Park. The glacier was most recently measured in 2005 at 250 acres. Yet when first documented in 1850, the glacier also included the now separate Blackfoot Glacier, and together they covered 1,875 acres. Between 1966 and 2005, Jackson Glacier lost almost a third of its acreage. In 1850, there were an estimated 150 glaciers in the park. Scientists have stated that by the year 2030, many, if not all, of the glaciers in the park may disappear completely. Sunrift Gorge owes its formation to Bering Creek, fed by melt-off from Sexton Glacier. Over time, the creek's continual flows carved a narrow channel in the fractured bedrock, creating Sunrift Gorge and sustaining its unique channels and pools. Beautiful cold and clear water rushes past moss-covered banks. Due to its situation just off the Going to the Sun Road, Sunrift Gorge is an easily accessible site with a trail leading to a further series of falls. I could have sat here for hours listening to the rushing waters. It's very, very peaceful. After leaving Sunrift Gorge, we continued east on the Going to the Sun Road, past St. Mary Lake, and out the St. Mary entrance. We turned south from there, traveling down US 89 to Kiowa, and then on Montana 49, also known as the Looking Glass Road, to the Two Medicine Junction. Two Medicine is the collective name of a region located in the southeastern section of Glacier National Park. From the period starting in the late 1890s until the completion of the Going to the Sun Road in 1932, Two Medicine was one of the most visited sections of the park. Once part of a larger chalet complex, the Two Medicine store is located along the shores of Two Medicine Lake, and the building is a National Historic Landmark. The region was considered sacred ground by several Native American tribes, including the Blackfeet. Louis stayed in the parking lot with the dogs while I hiked out to Running Eagle Falls. Again, we had been here before in 2013 with our friends Ed and Michael. Running Eagle Falls is a highlight of a trip to Two Medicine. In the spring, water rushes over the upper fall so thick that the lower fall is completely hidden. Later in the summer, as flows decrease, the water seems to change course and flow almost exclusively out of the lower fall. This area holds great religious significance for local Blackfeet tribal members. After we left Two Medicine, we continued on through East Glacier, and then on US 2 around the southern edge of the park, past the West Glacier entrance, and then back to Big Fork. A bit of trivia. We would see the western end of US 2 in Everett, Washington, later in the trip on our way down I-5 to Seattle. And we would travel on the eastern end of US 2 in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in 2018. We were so happy to have finally gotten to drive the entire length of the Going to the Sun Road. Glacier Park is a beautiful park. But when it comes to glaciers, you ain't seen nothing yet.